topmost recipients of mercy. Sri Narad then goes to the Pandavas, but they also, as it was with the others, in a mood of great humility say, "We made the Lord our messenger and our charioteer, and had him perform so many activities. Are these the characteristics of the recipients of mercy? We made him serve us." Finally, they tell Sri Narad, if you want to have darshan of the real recipients of mercy, then go see the Yadavas in the city of Dwarka. Sri Narad arrives in Dwarka and first meets Ugrasena and the others who are present in the assembly hall. Then, directed by the Yadavas, Sri Narad meets Uddhava in the palace of Sri Krishna. When Sri Narad announces Sri Uddhava to be the topmost recipient of the Lord's mercy, Sri Uddhava, with a choked voice, also questions, "Where is the mercy of Bhagavan on me?" Actually, it's only the gopis of Braj who are the absolute recipients of the Lord's mercy. Therefore, again and again, I have prayed to receive their foot dust. That very day, for some reason, Sri Krishna is extremely agitated, remembering the friends and relatives in Braj. When he becomes unable to tolerate these memories, Brahmaji, so Krishna is just suffering so much. He's just dreaming of and speaking of the residents of Braj, and he doesn't want to do anything. And so Lord Brahma creates a faux Vrindavan, or it's called a fake Vrindavan, Nava Vrindavan, which is near Dwarka. And Krishna is sleeping, having a bad, unable to, very, very restless, but he's sleeping. He's taken there by Lord Brahma. And Krishna, when he wakes up, he sees there's replicas of everybody of all of Krishna's Braj associates. Mother Yashoda, the gopis, the cowherd boys, Srimati Radhika, everybody is there. So Sri Krishna, in the ecstasy of Braj, sets out to graze the cows. And there are cows also. And Balaram is there. Balaram is not a replica. That's real Balaram. He's with Krishna dressed as a cowherd boy. And Rohini is there. And she's Balaram's mother. She's also a pot. And so Krishna has conversations. Krishna is his ecstasy. He doesn't realize that some of them are statues. And he's having conversations with them. And having conversations with Radharani. And then Krishna looks out and he sees the ocean. It's supposed to be the Jamuna River, but it's the ocean. And he looks to Balaram. He said, "What's going on?" So upon seeing the ocean, his ecstasy is somewhat attenuated, and he asks Baladevji, "Where are we?" And Sri Baladev Prabhu describes the course of events. So, seeing this pastime, Sri Narad is convinced that the Lord, despite his nature being that of one who is self-satisfied. So Krishna is Atmaram. He's self-satisfied. And whose desires are completely fulfilled. Purnakam. He forgets the bliss of his nature and becomes submerged in the bliss of love. Premananda. Because of this love of his companions of Braj. Among these associates, the love of the gopis is indeed the most exalted. Therefore it is said that gopis are the emblem of divine love or prem. Among the gopis of Braj, Vrishabhanu's daughter Srimati Radhika, the embodiment of Mahabhav, is the most prominent. Subjugated by her love, Sri Krishna incessantly worships her. The Sri Radha Upanishad states, blah, 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 which I'm not going to quote because it's long. The author, beginning with, okay, so this is a very important point. Actually, all of this is to bring us to this point. The author, beginning with a devotee who worships Shalagram Shila, when Narad Muni first met that Brahmin who was worshipping Shalagram Shila, successively presents the excellence of divine love in other devotees. So there's the Brahmin, then there's the king, then there's Indra, and then there's Lord Brahma, then there's Lord Shiva, and then there's Sri Prahlad Maharaj, and then, Hanuman. And so it goes like that. There's a succession of devotees of the Lord who are more and more absorbed in worship of the Lord, culminating in the prem of Sri Radhika, who possesses Mahabhav and who is a personification of Hladini Sa, the essence of the pleasure potency. However, another perspective is that by this story, he has indicated the nature or essential quality of Sri Radhika Ji. In other words, whatever prem bhakti a devotee possesses, that prem bhakti is a portion of the Hladini Shakti, the pleasure potency that is non-different from Srimati Radhika. Therefore, in this canto, that which is being ascertained is the Swarup of Sri Radha Ji. And I have a little story in this regard. That one in which I realize that these great souls that have come to save us, our gurus, they have their own divine relationships with one another. That is quite amazing. I have, when Srila Narayan Maharaj was present, I can't tell you how many dreams I had of Srila Narayan Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada interacting together in so many different situations. It was so amazing. I never have those dreams now. I don't know. I can only see that Maharaj was letting me see these. But when Srila Narayan Maharaj left this world, it was a very difficult time. And I can only say that Srila Prabhupada came so much to my mind. And I know that Prabhupada was helping me. And he was comforting me. But in this regards to what I read, that so we can understand that Brihad Bhagavatamrita is a story of these great devotees of the Lord, greater and greater and greater devotees of the Lord, culminating in the gopis of Vrindavan and the greatest of the gopis is Srimati Radhika. We can understand Brihad Bhagavatamrita like that. But then he says another perspective. He's indicated the nature or essential Swarup of Radhika. And what I just read, whatever prema bhakti a devotee possesses, that prema bhakti is a portion of the Hladini Sa. So, after Srila Narayan Maharaj left this world, I was reading this and I wanted to know more about this. And I asked Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj about this. I'm reading this part to him. I asked him about it. It was on Vishwarup Mahotsava, actually. And it was, he had been giving darshans all day and people had been asking him questions all day. And he listened to me and he said, I'll answer it later. And then, we went back to Vrindavan. 2 or 3 months later, no, 2 months later, it's Kartik. And Maharaj was speaking every day at on the Dalji Mutt and then at Gopinath Bhavan. He was speaking every day. This is Srila Bharati Maharaj. And I never really got a chance to speak to him again, like, personally. But he was giving these lectures on a variety of different subjects. And then one day he walked into the temple. I was sitting down and he looked at me and he sat down like where Ladini is. And he looked at me again and I was kind of looking at who's he looking at. But I think he was looking at me. And he proceeded to answer my question that I had asked 2 months ago. And it was this specific question that, how is it? And,
you want to state the question again?
Okay. It wasn't exactly a question, but just like an explanation. Another perspective. So he's indicating the essential quality of Radharani. That whatever prema bhakti a devotee possesses is a portion of the Ladini Shakti. And that's non-different from Radhika. And so this is what is being ascertained. So in this canto, this is the swarup of Radhika that's being ascertained. And so that's why I wanted to know more about that, basically. And so he began to explain it, and I can't even remember how he explained it. But one thing that he said is, you go to text 60 of the 4th chapter of the Adi Leela. So the 4th chapter of the Adi Leela is Radha Tattva. And it describes why Lord Chaitanya came. What is the internal reason?
Chapter, 60 verse.
Yeah, of the 60th verse, which is right after Radha Krishna Pranaya Vrikatir. And so, Ladini Shakti Rasmat. So, this is the verse that and the verses that, something about the Ladini Shakti. And so I was reading it, and in the purport, Srila Prabhupada exactly describes this.
The same thing.
Yes, the same thing. And so what Srila Prabhupada says is that this devotional service, or bhakti, is serving Krishna, giving pleasure to Krishna. But the only pleasure that Krishna gets is the Ladini Shakti. So our ability to please Krishna in serving him is dependent, it's like a gift from Srimati Radhika. Because Krishna is only pleased by Ladini Shakti. So if we are able to serve Krishna and